This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Hi, this is Devin Grayson, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Hello and welcome back to another fun-filled Friday night on the Capes and Lunatics podcast. The most fun you can have on the internet for free if you don't have Low Hellfire's hard drive. I am Phil. Joining me as always, that prince of a man from New Jersey, it is
Charlie, the Professor Essa.
And that demon with the bottle from Florida, it is
Hey y'all, it's Low Hellfire.
Hey,
so Friday
our
night.
hero.
Our hero. Our anti-hero. He's our anti-hero. Oh, hello to you. Hello to you too, Jamie Burns, fellow Southgate Media Group podcaster.
Ahoy, ahoy.
Him and I just talked to DJ Nick on Happiness and Darkness, the superhero movie podcast. Lilith, just by coincidence, it was episode 52. Meanwhile, we talk.
That's all you need to know.
Meanwhile, we talk Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2. But anyway, so I assume everyone here has watched at least the first 3 episodes of The Boys Season 2?
Yes.
Yes, I did my homework.
I will never eat seafood again.
You know, okay, just because they're begging for their life doesn't mean they were full lives, okay?
What?
The lobsters and the goldfish and...
Oh, I meant that whale they rammed their boat through.
Well, I wasn't going to be eating whale anyway.
Still seafood.
Yeah, that was gross, though.
Oh,
Although at Cedar Point there is like a pirate ride where you actually, and it might be the same at Disney World, but you like actually go into the whale and go past the beating heart, and that's what that reminded me of. Which is great because that's also in Sandusky, Ohio. Oh wait, no, they're in New York now. That's right. Poor the Deep.
I know.
Yeah, he's got problems. Problems he really doesn't want to face.
But yeah, I mean, I like what they did with the first. The first episode's like, "Where's Butcher? Where's Butcher?" And then he shows.
What?
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, I thought Tristan was telling you something.
No, he's talking to my wife right now.
Oh, okay.
He's talking to Diana. So.
Oh, okay.
No. So no. Where's Butcher?
Well, the first episode, it's like, "Where's he at? Where's he at?" Because everyone thinks he killed what's her face, but then he shows up at the end. They're like, "Where have you been?"
Yeah,
because
they're
teasing that cliffhanger as long as they could.
Well, it was it's cool. I like the entire dramatized that they did the
on the TV
story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's a really good series, and although. Yeah, Stormfront really, much like Punchline, I'm waiting for her to get a crowbar to the face. It's like, oh my gosh, how can you be, like, more bothersome than Homelander?
Yeah, but is Stormfront going to be the Nazi menace that, like...
Of course it is. That's
no.
That's from the comics. It's a girl this time. Yay!
I want to read the comics. I haven't read the comics, but I just wonder if they're... I know. I'm going to get there.
Well, no, because they do it.
It's a deviation for sure. But
if you saw episode 3, if you saw episode 3, the mask is off. She's not. She is not a girl power friend of your friend. She is very much a
Lightning bolt in '88. Yep.
But
if you see episode 4, you find out that there's a little bit more to her story as well.
I'm sure by the end of this weekend I'll get there. But no, I was gonna say I just wonder if she's going to be like a threat so big where, maybe at least temporarily Butcher and Homelander have to. Yeah.
No.
Homelander, quiet as it's kept, is almost just as bad as Stormfront.
Oh yeah. He definitely is. But I just wonder if they're going to be like,
He feels the exact same way. Only he's more his American flag isn't blacked out. It's I'm just saying.
Homeland, no. And there was a great explanation of this, and I think it was AV Club, or it might have been Mary Sue, where they basically said Homelander is a sociopath who only cares about himself. And that is dangerous, but it is dangerous only in the sense that he is, an infant terrible, You appease him and he's fine. Whereas Stormfront is, raising an army. She is seeking to
chaos
put
for the sake
her
of
brand
chaos.
of fascism, into place.
Oh,
and
it's not chaos. It's order. The way she sees it.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not chaos. Chaos, it is.
It's the nihilism. I welcome the nihilism. It's the fascism that gets me.
She wants to run. She wants to run the show. Homelander, he's fine with the way things are as long as you keep him happy.
And to put it simply, Homelander. That's the thing. What I'll say about Homelander is, I do not see Homelander as a racist because all humans are equally worthless in his mind.
Mm-hmm. He's a Magneto. Yes.
Yeah,
he's a Poison Ivy. Yes.
He is of all. It's like no lives matter. It's superhero lives matter. All other lives are clearly expendable.
Only his superhero life matters. Let's just be honest.
Well, yeah, it's
those y'all are red shirt cannon fodder.
Oh my!
Exactly.
My
and
lord!
To be fair, from his perspective, it's like. He is Superman who is like, technically I don't need any of you guys in my Justice League.
Exactly.
But
that's what I love about the show. I like the take there. But Garth does not like superheroes, and it shows in his writing. But it's still very fascinating, the takes that he does with his superhero tropes. It's appreciated.
Although, again, with Homelander's son, it is a very different story that's being told.
He wants something. I don't know if it's love.
What, Homelander's son?
No, Homelander.
No, Homelander.
Well, Homelander
was raised without love. That's
one day.
He's the Voldemort. We get it.
Again, I haven't read the comics, but is that going to be the instrument of Homelander's demise eventually? Is his son?
Well, not if he keeps pushing him off rooftops. That's
exactly. Oh, yeah, I know that. Well, that lit him up though. He's like, say it, And hey, Lilith, I'm glad they got Patty in the witness protection there.
Oh.
What I have to say, though, is I was waiting for Vought's when Homelander, and I think it's in episode 2, when Homelander is like, calling out Mr. Edgar, and like, and really playing it like he has all. I was waiting for Edgar to bring out Kryptonite or Compound W. It's like, yeah, no, you have Compound V. This is the stuff that takes away all your powers, So we can completely reverse it.
Just yet, Charlie. We're not gonna bring out that bullet just yet.
Yeah, it's like I was waiting for that, and
that's season 3.
Yeah, well, but and it does make sense that obviously if you're going to create these heroes, you probably do want to create something too.
Although they were pretty willy-nilly, and remember, it's more of a corporation that did that, not a government. So corporations, they just do and do and do, and then they go, oh crap, we created a monster, and it's just in the world now. Looking at you, Facebook, looking at you, Google.
Yeah,
and that's the truth of it.
Yeah, but and that is true. That is the short-sightedness of it. But it's a really interesting tale, and it is a very interesting way that they're breaking down these characters, especially in the way that they present them one way at their introduction. And of course, Homelander in his first introduction, in season 1, episode 1, it's very much that, he is the Superman. He is the big blue Boy Scout, and
as far as you know.
Crisscross.
It's Brightburn fulfilled, to be honest.
What?
This is what happens to Brightburn, as he grows up. He's like, maybe I'll try to pretend to be good.
Yeah, well, it's It's an interesting take on the entire concept. Honestly, Butcher Butcher's lying and conniving and cravenness.
Listen, this whole series is called Urban's audition to be Wolverine. # change my mind.
I mean, what I'll say is, if it is, I don't think he's doing a good job at it.
I think the
obviously you don't get how bad Wolverine actually is at his job.
I mean.
Well, no, but Wolverine actually cares about people, and I think that
depends who's writing.
Yeah, well,
it depends on who he's writing, and a lot of the time they write it, he don't give a crap about nothing, and that's my favorite Wolverine. Let's be clear.
A man after a little set apart.
5'3", full of theory.
That is you. That is you, bub.
Exactly. Except for I'm not Canadian. I wish I was Canadian. When I travel, I tell people I'm Canadian.
You tried it. Yeah. Didn't fit.
I mean, they'll take you. You're a prime.
Well, they're not taking Americans anywhere.
Well, no, not right now. Not right now. You know, you really do need an in right now. But yeah. But generally speaking, no. I mean, you can move. Canada's always looking for talented people to come and move there and bring skills and knowledge. You know.
Yeah.
It is too cold.
Jamie,
it is.
Jamie said,
I think so. I definitely think so, Jamie. I think Butcher's wife was living in that compound or drove to that compound. Yeah,
and that
address on the back of the ad, that has to be it, right? Come on.
I mean, unless it's just like, okay, we'll give you this house to live in, but, if you leave, your son's dead or what,
No.
Everybody's dead if her son leaves. Like, that kid, we saw him get set off. Could you imagine? This is like some blooper grade.
Okay, but you got to look at it. What sets him off? What sets him off is his father.
What's that noise?
Not respecting his mother properly. This is. I mean, he is being raised in that very Clark Kent style of being a good human being. And for what it's worth, that is the experiment. They were like, in fact, the one scientist even made the point. It's like, unfortunately, if you take them away from their mother, they get too mean. And really, this was, it's on the little side.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because you can see that it's the pop from her Archie's logo. Quit popping at us, Lilith.
Popping.
Quit making popcorn.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, you were saying about Butcher. I just think, he was always a douche to begin with, but I think now, all his preconceived notions have been shattered, and he seems more together than the rest of them. But I think he's having a nervous breakdown too. It's like she's alive. Why is she there? Why didn't she try to contact me?
Yeah, well, there's that great scene in the Venture Brothers. When Red Death reveals to Brock Sampson that the entire Sphinx Wars was something manufactured by the Guild of Calamitous Intent so that the OSI would take out their greatest rival.
Mm.
And they say, oh, look, I've never actually seen a man whose entire life has just been rendered meaningless before. This is so fascinating to watch. And I was mentioning something from the Venture Brothers, yes. And that's sort of where Butcher is like everything that he had thought was real about his life has now been essentially made a lie. And now he's got to deal with the fact that his lodestone in the universe has gone. It was his hate that kept him warm. And now it's like, wait, what? He was living with this idea of his wife being dead and murdered and disappeared and, Homelander doing something awful and all these things. And when he comes to it, it is this idea that now he doesn't know what to think. He doesn't know what to think about what happened that night or what has happened since. Because all he knows is that his wife has a little house. And he winds up in, and I love that it's the same Italian restaurant that they blew up Translucent in.
Oh, okay. I didn't even catch that. I forgot about that. Yes,
it's
nice.
It's the same chain, and that's
I love that funeral. The empty transparent casket, because it's like, who's gonna know he's not in there?
Except that would imply he was naked in it. So, but yeah, I mean, it was. Oh man! Although the blind spot scene, that was messed up.
Wait, which
blind spot? When they bring in
yeah.
blind superhero.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And that was
Daredevil. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's just in general, it is a messed up show. Yes, as well, it says, Garth does not like superheroes, and this is his story about how he doesn't like superheroes. And for what it's worth, okay. It's difficult to watch at times, but like I said, what I will give it is that they do go out of their way to make us feel sympathy for some of these guys, even their most awful, Oh, yeah. So we actually do wind up feeling sympathy for the Deep by the end of this, although he is completely out of his depth and completely not set for it and not ready, and that's what's interesting about the Deep, because it's like he's still being a character. He's still playing the Deep and not realizing that, Butcher isn't going to play by the rules. Although, again, I don't know if a speedboat is going to pierce a whale like that. They have a huge amount of soak. It's not like an actual speeding bullet. It's a boat. It's a fiberglass boat, and it most likely should have shattered. And actually, really, I think that was maybe one of his problems, because I was waiting for the boat for the whale to just come up and capsize the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that wasn't like a cigarette boat or anything. That was not going to have the power. Although a cigarette boat would have just shattered as well, because that's really light fiberglass. So I don't think it made much sense to suggest that it would have embedded itself through the whale. That was a lot of artistic license, but as is.
Yeah. But
yeah, you wouldn't try that crap with Aquaman. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Aquaman would have been smart enough to know just to have the whale capsize the boat first.
The real Aquaman.
Well, maybe not Jason Momoa.
I was going to say Momoa. Yeah, I can see him doing that, but no.
I thought we were talking about Aquaman.
Ooh!
Thank you. I mean, there's not a ooh. I mean, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's and that's the thing. It's like, and again, for all of his communing with the fishes, he's using them as cannon fodder. Which is a very Aquaman thing, I will say that.
That's a Momoa thing. But yeah, Jamie, I think Butcher's wife did make a deal to save his life, yeah.
Well, well, yeah, I mean, guys, catch up. Watch episode 4. There's so much in episode 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I was late to the party, but, it also drops on Thursday. So it's like, oh, wow, the next one's here. So I watched that, and I don't
think it drops until Friday.
I had a 4-day work week and still had to cram 65 hours in, so I'm lucky I got to watch the first 3.
No, that's okay. And I'm thinking it does get even better. It does get even deeper. And
deeper.
What you're seeing right now is just the tip of it. I really want to see more with Eagle.
Whoa!
Nobody tell Rob.
I want to see Rob. I want to see more with Eagle the Archer. I like Eagle the Archer. I'm waiting for him to be a secret BA.
I am hoping, it's probably not going to happen, but I'm hoping to get an interview for us with Eagle the Archer.
Really?
Oh, really?
We have an in.
He,
I guess I believe he said it. He used to do stand up with one Matt Kona.
Oh,
Suck it, Miller.
Well, there
look
you
at
go.
our little Quasar baby coming through in the clutch.
Like I said, we'll see if it happens. But yeah, he said he knew from back in the day. So,
well,
yeah.
Does Eagle the Archer know Matt Kona? That's the question.
Oh, suck it, Kona.
Suck it, Miller.
I know lots of people who I did stand-up comedy with back in the day. I don't know how many of them know me though. It's
oh my.
But Yes. But, yeah, I mean, I know that there is in the books, there was an Avengers pastiche group as well. That was like a secondary team. And I wonder if Eagle the Archer is going to be one of them. And I wonder if we're going to see the other groups. Oh, man. But A-Train. Can we talk about A-Train for a minute?
Sure.
Yes, let's. He is a big ball of mess. Rightly so.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, that's the problem, is the guy blew up his heart, and there's nowhere to go from there. You know, you blew up your heart. You know, you gave yourself a heart. You know, you can't, and it is just the reality. He can't run anymore. You know, he's not, and maybe he could recuperate, but he knows that he's not going to get the chance to.
And I mean, yeah, you know, Starlight's a traitor, but he can't say anything because, you know, Homelander will kill him. You know, especially that bad heart. It's not going to take much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, yeah, so, I mean, he's in that rock and the hard place, but then again, he was breaking the rules from the start.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and this is the whole of it, is that he was, you know, destroying himself from the start. He made all the wrong choices, and that's bad for him, you know?
You don't screw with the money.
Yeah, well, you know, but he did. That's the thing.
Exactly.
That's the thing. It's like he didn't have to be doping. Because, you know what, if someone got to be faster than him, which would not be, he would still have his place in Vought, you know? And, you know, and honestly, it could be this great bitter rivalry where the two fastest men are keeping on competing, and, you know, now he's faster, now they're faster, because it's going to be microseconds between them anyway.
Well, I mean, I think he was worried about losing.
I think it's all about the best of the best for what those. I don't know.
Well, I think
the best of the best on his team.
Yeah,
but also dumb enough to be able to manipulate.
That's what I was going to say. He was worried about losing his place on the 7. But I mean, do you really want to be in the room with?
Rest of them.
He wants the money, but do you really want to be in the room with Homelander? Come on.
Well, you know, but
a lot of people would. As 2020 has proven, a lot of people would.
Well, I mean, you know, dirty deeds is one thing, but I mean, you can't spend that money if you're dead.
Well, people don't realize that.
True.
They think they can take it with them, like the pharaohs. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just, you know, it was just he was a guy. He's an object lesson, and where he goes next, that's the thing. And I'm waiting to see what happens with him, and I'm waiting to see what happens with Kimiko after
her brother.
After her brother. And that's it. So, spoilers. If you haven't seen the first few episodes, you may want to take a pause, because there was. I don't know if we want to talk about the spoilers, but yeah, it's you know, Kimiko and her brother. First off, that arc is so, and it's amazing that so much story is told in just these 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we get so much in here, so much growth and evolution, Kimiko's evolution, and then where we go with her brother when they find him, and that he does become a super terrorist, that he's embracing super terrorism. He's been convinced by the people that manipulated them, which is its own kind of sad thing, because for what it's worth, yes, you know, Vought is, and it's one of these weird situations where it's like, you know, I know you believe these guys. You're like, yes, these guys are evil, and yes, you are right that you want to destroy them, but the way you're going to try and destroy them is not going to work, and there actually is a way that if we work together through this system, we might actually bring them down. And it goes directly to this, that you realize that, you know, in every way, they wind up playing into Homelander and Stormfront's hands. Mm-hmm. In every way, they wind up becoming exactly what they wanted them to become. And they just become another pawn in the thing. I think that, you know, not to get too political, but I think that is maybe one of those points about, you know, people who feel that, you know, the current 2-party system isn't working, which arguably it's not. Arguably it has a lot of problems, but, you know, maybe you shouldn't play into maybe you shouldn't do what the worst aspects of the system want you to do. You are actually going to wind up feeding into the worst aspects of the system and make things worse rather than better if you follow this particular attack. So that's just my theory.
Everyone just needs to find their center, if it's I don't know, Billy Joel.
I love it. I love that Huey just loves it, and they just keep going further and further with it.
It just opened at, what was that, episode 3? It just opened episode 3.
Well, first off, Billy Joel is a national treasure, so let's just get that out of the way. I just don't understand why he wears so many hard rock t-shirts. Like, all of his t-shirts are like
Dead Kennedys. That's his version of being emo. That's my headcanon.
Yeah. I just like the logos. These are cool logos, and that's the weirdest thing about him and the Billy Joel obsession.
You're like both.
I think he might have got it from his dad or maybe his mom or something like that. Like, we just haven't, you know what I mean? It's one of those things he might have shared with his mom, and so that's special for him.
Yeah, but anyway, and first off, second win, it's very nice, and I like the dynamic that we do get in these episodes between Starlight and Huey. I like the fact that Starlight is committed to this and is looking to bring down Vought, knows that there's a problem with Vought, and is trying to work within the system. Though, everything they do, it only has so much effect. But of course, you have to understand, everybody wants a punch the bad guy moment. Where we punch the bad guy and now the bad guy is dealt with forever. But that's not even how bad guys work in the comics,
Yeah.
The most you ever get is that stalemate and then the bad guy does regroup. But the point is to keep on keeping the bad guy on his back foot so he never can conquer the world, And the fact of the matter is that Vought is knocked on its back foot. And every little thing they're doing right now, it is pure damage control. So Stormfront and the super terrorist, it's going to buy them some time. But the harsh reality is now everybody knows that Compound V is a thing. And, black market superpowers are coming, and it's going to be a whole thing about, and it's going to be in its own way, its own issue when freaking, because now that people know Compound V exists, people know to get in. And as we've learned, their lab security is not that tight.
And can we talk about the unseen invasion that's happening now that's no one's going to see until it's too late? Giancarlo Esposito in every... I am
in
every
okay
show and every franchise now.
He's a fantastic actor.
Oh, yeah.
I think I pretty much left Once Upon a Time when his character... Sidney Mira left, so
I mean, right now he's in The Mandalorian, he's in The Boys.
Well, yeah, I welcome that.
Oh yeah,
he's a talented actor, and he deserves his place in it. He's in Better Call Saul too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. He
makes the rounds,
He plays like a subtle bad guy very well.
Yes, well, he's good at being bad, and that's a talent. That's a talent.
And but still likable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and for what it's worth, he seems to be, at least with Mandalorian and Mr. Edgar, he's a very bureaucratic evil. He's a very lawful evil.
Yes.
His evil is not, a cackling joker, doing some nonsense. Yeah. He's a person who is, I am evil for a purpose within the bounds of being an evil person, and, very much an evil spelled backwards is live kind of guy, where it is, I am doing what I'm doing because this is what my fiduciary responsibility is.
And I mean too. I mean, in the Boys, is he evil for evil's sake, or is it just I have that ticking time bomb up on 99 or 100? Or,
99.
Yeah, he has that ticking time bomb up on 99. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but again, it's also a ticking time bomb that he is not worried. He is never worried about the superheroes because, for what it's worth, he knows how replaceable they are.
Mm-hmm.
And And again, like I said, even though he doesn't pull out we know that Homelander can't see through zinc. We know that there are certain interesting limitations to his powers that are going to come up again.
And he has some kind of addiction to breast milk.
It's not an addiction. It's just he's
a kink.
Got a fetish. It's a fetish, and it's a lactic fetish. He needs the milk because obviously he
wasn't loved as a child. Yes, we get it. There's the anvil. Let it hit you on the head.
Yeah, it was. Obviously, and what it is.
American Dad did it better. I'll just say that they had an episode about that. They did it better.
Oh, what about lactose fetishist or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Did you guys see Doppelganger in this?
What?
Doppelganger was in episode 2, correct?
Oh yeah. I think that was 2. Yeah, he was in one of these episodes. Yeah.
Doppelganger. Doppelganger's good in this. Good to see Doppelganger back. Because that was a little weird when Madeline walks in that scene.
Oh wait, no. No, I thought you meant no. I'm thinking the wrong guy. No, I thought you meant the guy who's getting his arms chopped off.
No, that's Gecko.
Gecko, yes,
with the regrowing of limbs, which should be an awesome superpower. I just think sometimes they don't. I guess maybe it's just not a marketable superpower. It's actually very useful.
If you're gonna be a superhero.
Yeah, but and again, we're assuming that it extends beyond his limbs.
True.
Are you saying he might not have the full Deadpool?
Yeah, he might. Well, he might not have. Yeah, he might not have that super healing factor. But it's just that he can regrow his limbs.
Although he's
basically arm fall off boy.
Could he regrow?
Because that's what lizards do. They grow limbs,
not
necessarily organs and things like that.
Well, could he grow a double of himself? Because when that guy chopped his arm off, didn't he tell him to burn it or something?
No, he said he could keep it. Actually,
I thought he said something about burning something.
No, I don't think so. I think he said you can keep it. But it costs extra or something.
And then he asked me if he wanted to cut off the twig and berries. He's like, "Oh, that'll cost you extra."
Well, it always costs.
I don't care if it regenerates. No.
Oh. Yeah.
Yikes!
I was surprised, because he knows his customers, and he was like, but thought the guy was going to be a leg man, but no, he was an arm man. I don't know if maybe he's trying to push the leg.
Why are you an arm man? To quote Jerry Seinfeld terribly.
Yes. But, maybe it's easier to just do the legs although I would think not, but, but maybe legs cost more. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to upsell them. So you really want to do a leg, right? Nice big meaty leg.
Yeah, if the legs are bigger, it might be more painful. So the legs might cost extra just because you're hacking through more meat.
Although actually that also might be less painful because there are less nerve endings. So, that might be why he's pushing the legs, because it hurts less. Because it probably hurts every time he gets his arm chopped off. But,
some muscle and some meat.
Yeah. But that was neat. And I guess that Gecko was on the Christian Crusaders, or whatever they were called. Their little...
Capes for Christ? Was it Capes for Christ?
Oh, Capes for Christ? Oh, yeah. Something like that. But, yeah, with Ezekiel...
Yeah.
So, anyway.
This show's messed up, but I love it.
Yeah. Everything's messed up. But, it's a solid series. This is why this is one of Amazon's real hit shows.
Oh my lord. And then the gang's talking to an FBI woman and her head just explodes. It's like, no, right.
Weird is they don't really explain how her head explodes.
I wonder if that's going to be like a later episode. If they're going to, I'm thinking it's someone's superpower blew her head up.
Yeah. Well, there's actually a character that was a cool thing in Mark Millar's. He did a heist comic, which is really good, which is also, I think, bought by Netflix or Amazon. So we might be getting that soon, which is about the supervillains who pull a heist on the biggest supervillain in their universe. And that supervillain, he's so big because his power is he makes people's heads explode. He thinks about them and their heads explode. So and they do this whole thing where they convince him that it was actually this other group of supervillains who were knocking him off. So he just winds up wiping out that entire group of supervillains. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. It's great. And I can't remember the name of it now. But look up Millar Supervillain Heist and you'll see it in your Google searches. And that is a really good series. Really good series. You know, Millar is again.
For the indie episode, bro.
Okay. Hey, I got a ton of indie books, man. You know, I actually got. I got 3 indie books this week.
Yeah, it's time for Phil's Comic Corner, bro.
Oh, we're not going to talk Walking Dead for a quick minute or so?
Yeah, of course. So, finally.
Yes.
The behemoth of a show.
It was a
show. I can finally, in 2 or 3 years, be able to frickin' binge watch everything.
It was announced this week, yes, Walking Dead will be coming, well, the main series will be coming to a conclusion.
Although, you know, that's the thing. It's like the main series is ending, but it's got spin-offs, and they're already talking about doing another spin-off.
Well, yeah.
Who really cares about spin-offs if it's not Angel?
And the last season's going to be kind of split into 2 years. So yeah, it's not ending till 2022. But yeah, that's the thing I saw online. Yeah, the new spin-off's going to be about Carol and Daryl, and everyone's like, oh, I guess they survived the next 2 years if you're spinning off a show about
unless
that.
Unless they're doing another prequel, you know.
I don't know. They'd have to go back pretty far. I mean, they've been on the show since season 1.
For Carl, if we're getting a prequel.
Yeah.
Well, we can't really do that.
Yeah, then I was
gonna make them 8 again, Lil.
And, you know.
Oh, they can do it from the comic book, actually. I would love to see that told as like a mini-series.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's there's a lot of stuff that they're going to be playing in this universe. It's like Law and Order.
Yeah.
You know, Law and Order's off the air.
But is Fear the Walking Dead that successful? I mean, for them to be trying to build up all these spinoffs, that's the question.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be starting its, I think, 6th season. So I mean, I think anything with Walking Dead, they're making something off of it.
I think the kids like
ever since Breaking Bad, they've been grasping for straws. So I get it.
And I mean, the last couple seasons they sent what's his face with the staff over there. Why am I blanking on his name? I love that guy.
Not that much, obviously.
Well, no, and then they had one of the the other guy with the messed up face over there for a couple episodes last season. So I mean, you know, they're kind of sometimes they'll shift some of the characters from the main series over there. But I mean, yeah, I could see them setting an end date for that main series because. I mean, it's going to be 11 seasons.
They all can't be supernatural.
And I mean, like half their stars like left. Like, you know, Andy Lincoln, their main star left. Denai Guerrera left. You know, because she has that. You know, well, I was going to say she was in those Black Panther. Well, I mean, I'm sure they're going to do something with her, but you know, she was in the Black Panther movies and stuff, and so.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just excited to be able to binge watch the whole show whenever it ends. That's all. So I can like binge watch the show and compare, and then binge watch the books again, and then just kind of compare.
Oh, wait until you get to Jeffrey Dean Morgan. You're going to love Negan.
Well, I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I will watch those scenes with the sound off. It's okay.
And I know you've read the comics, but he can't really use the F word, but he does bring that character to life.
Wait a minute, AMC doesn't let them use the F-bomb?
I think sometimes they'll give them like, I don't know, like one an episode maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got the
or I don't even know if it's like one an episode. It might be like 1 or 2 a season or something, but I mean they're S-bombing it all over the place, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
They hold it.
So they're South Park. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. You got to have some sponsors, Lil. But yeah,
if you would have stayed more true to the comic books, maybe you would have had some other sponsors that would have allowed you for the F-bomb. I'm just saying. Anyway, yeah.
All right.
But I'm sure the girls over at Biters and are
yes.
going to have a field day with that.
Check out Biters, the Walking Dead podcast right here on the Southgate Media Group.
Now for Phil's Comic Corner.
Phil's Comics Corner.
Speaking of the girls. All right.
So where do you want to start, buddy? You know, I'm indie comics only at this point with like maybe 2 or 3 Marvel books. I think it was.
Did you read Bill and Ted Are Doomed?
Of course I did.
Yay! It's the prequel.
Yeah.
And I like that this is interesting to me. And like I said, this is why I felt I needed to read this before I saw the movie. Because I do feel this is going to be filling in a lot of spaces so that when I get to the movie, I'm not going to be like, well, what happened to this character? What happened to that? And what happened after the concert? And this very much seems to like play within that idea of, oh, yeah. No, everything we saw in the concert, that all made sense. But then there was this gap. And this is the gap with the Wild Stallions. You know, they had their money, they got their record deal, but then they kind of faded. Because they still haven't gotten that one song that will unite the world. Yes. And we see that Station is homesick, which is sad. We see, and we're already seeing, because we know that Death is going to try and do his own solo career. And he's already just pushing it, you know, wants that 1.5-hour bass solo. Got the Good Robot Us's, and they're sad because they don't have dates, you know. They are alone in the universe. And there's Station.
They have each other, and that's fine.
Station wants to go home. So it is a very touching story, and then their plan is they figure that what the problem is that everyone in San Dimas has seen the Wild Stallions, so it's hard for them to get people excited about them. So they're going to go on a world tour, and that is causing problems with the time stream. Bum bum bum. All in all, a good book. I enjoyed it. It had a very light comic air.
So that's just a one shot?
No, it's 2 episodes.
Oh, is it?
At least 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 2, and then from the end of it, I'm assuming it's going to lead into the movie. Then I will rent the movie, and then I will watch it with my full knowledge of the Bill and Tediverse, fully informed. See, I get this was supposed to come out before the movie, and but then COVID.
Comic books, yeah. Comic books were having a moment.
Thanks for bringing that up. Can I talk about
COVID?
Can I talk about scheduling on some of these books?
Yes, let's.
Big bad DC's decided they've been putting their books out on Tuesdays a day ahead of everyone else. I go into my comic store this week. Well, of course it was Labor Day weekend last weekend, but yeah, my guy's like, I get in there like at 3:00, and my guy's like, oh yeah, the DC on Wednesday. He's like, yeah, the DC books just showed up. Like Marvel and all the other books were already there. DC books were the last ones to get there on Wednesday, almost at 3:00.
Is that karma? I feel like that might be karma.
And then he said he was telling the UPS driver, he's like, DC's blaming you guys for this. Blaming the UPS drivers blaming UPS for the books being late.
There's a reason why I prefer FedEx. Not gonna lie. Anytime I notice a company using UPS, I'm like, is there anybody using FedEx?
Well, that was Diamond.
Although UPS delivers on Saturday, so if you need something right away, UPS. But FedEx, if you only need something through the week, I prefer them. I'm just, as somebody who has done logistics, I'm just letting you know, it very well could be a UPS problem. I'll give DC the benefit of the doubt on that one.
I don't know.
The way their scanning system works is a scam. Okay.
He's always getting damaged books, he says. But okay, Lilith, I know you know Marvel or DC, but haven't mentioned Wonder Woman in a while. Wonder Woman 762. I like this arc. It's like the first arc by the new writer, Mariko Tamaki. I like what she's doing with this. She brought back Maxwell Lord. And
I wonder why. Because of the movie.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how they're doing it in the movie, but I like what she's doing here because, like, especially in this issue, I think she's like kind of setting up Max Lord to be like her Lex Luthor.
Yeah, like the movie, that was a mandate. So
yeah, and then they kind of have to like come to a uneasy truce to defeat the new threat, Liar, who's like a teenage girl, but like. She has like these mental powers. She's making people like go on like murderous rampages and stuff.
Is it Lyre?
No,
or Liar?
Liar. L-I-A-R,
So
L-I-A-R.
So it's not like liar.
It's obvious. Yeah, it's obvious. They're not that.
I was thinking it's a Wonder Woman villain being liar. So it's L-Y-R-E, L-I-A-R.
Nope,
I think
you give them too much credit, baby doll. You give them too much credit.
But, I would have gone for that.
But yes, this teenage girl, and they reveal in the last page of this issue that mental powers. Get it? She's Maxwell Lord's daughter.
Of course. Of course.
But
well,
no,
at least they're trying something fresh and interesting, even if it is from the movie.
And plus, I don't know. I mean,
don't give her golden wings. Whatever you do, I will riot. I will find you.
She hasn't worn the armor yet. So, but no, like after that No Justice, Justice League No Justice miniseries. I don't know if Maxwell Lord's getting all his memories back too, like the previous continuities, because he said he saw stuff.
That's just what
he said he saw stuff when the Source Wall came down. So. And like,
will you remember when he wasn't actually a murderous supervillain? Was actually kind of a fun guy in Justice League International?
Because in this,
right?
well, that's what I'm saying. Because like when he's telling her in this issue that he remembers all this stuff when the Source Wall came down. Like they did like this big montage, and in the montage, one of the images was like Kim during that Justice League International time. Yeah, so
yeah,
I don't know if he's remembering all of that.
We'll see. Well, I'll see in 5 years.
Maybe that's going to be where they're going to do a face turn, because if they're setting up his daughter as the villain, they're probably going to do a
Or he's been manipulating her the whole time, because women can't be under their own.
Well, I mean, he's manipulating.
Well, this is Wonder Woman as the comic book. You want her main villain.
Have you read Wonder Woman lately?
Well, I mean, he's manipulated people. Remember he manipulated.
That's his jam.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he manipulated Superman back in the day. That's why Wonder Woman snapped his neck back in the day. Yeah, because he's like, "Oh, I have Superman. You can't break my hold on him." Even if I wanted to, I can't break my hold on him. It's just like,
well, yeah, just put a magic lasso on him and.
Exactly.
Well, I think he said he's like at that point. I think he was like, I cannot break the hold, even if I wanted to. I can't break my hold on Superman. And she's like, oh, okay, and just snaps his neck.
The good old days.
Yes.
The pragmatist. Okay. I miss the pragmatist.
Look in the mirror, honey.
Let's see. What Marvel book did I read? I read Marauders, of course, because I'm like the only person buying that book.
I was going to say a Spider-Man or an X-Men book.
I'm telling you, it's the best X-Men book you're not reading. It's fun. It's not lighthearted, but it's a fun, jolly, hearty romp. Lots of great team dynamics. I don't know. And y'all know how I feel about, Jerry Dugan. So for me to be like giving him praise, just saying. If you listen to a certain podcast.
So you're not reading X-Force?
No.
Okay.
Gross.
What? What do you mean gross?
I'm over X-Force, buddy.
I mean...
Seems a little derivative. I agree.
I mean, it's Wolverine. You get some Quentin Quire being all little hellfire.
Quentin Quire.
Yeah, I know. Well, Beast is over there being a douche.
Oh, no. See? That's not selling the book for me.
Well,
justice for Beast and justice for Nightcrawler, damn it.
Well, no, I mean...
my boys, the real blue boys, give them some love.
But no, I mean, you get some Colossus and Domino in this, and they're pretty good in this book.
Okay, like Colossus, you know how I feel about him.
I know,
so but you're really not selling that book for me, buddy.
But I think they're doing good. I mean, I think they're respecting Domino in this book.
Well, that's nice. I mean, I miss her having her own book. And everything,
exactly.
So that's nice that they've put her somewhere and they've treated her well.
Oh, but
that's nice.
Oh, but we did get good news this week. I guess during that King in Black or whatever that's called. They're bringing back Black Cat's ongoing book.
Yeah. Well, if you're reading all those, you should be reading Marauder, because that story does trail through there too. Just throwing that out there, and it makes more sense for them. But whatever.
Oh, and should we mention in Bendis Watch?
Bendis.
Oh, thank God! Like, okay, so it was what, 2 years? Like I said, okay.
About, yeah.
The contract was 2 years,
maybe a little more, but yeah. They announced just today, I guess. The December solicits come out. I guess December 2020 is going to be the end of Bendis's run on Superman in Action Comics,
and so we can all breathe a collective sigh. Hopefully, in 2021. Things going back to normal.
Lilith, I saw a rumor. Was it Bleeding Cool or somebody was saying, I guess Mark Waid might be coming back to DC. So they're like, is Mark Waid maybe going to take over the Superman books?
I mean, anything's better than Bendis.
Well, yeah.
I feel like Mark Waid has lost his way a little bit. But I feel like they definitely need marquee names in the wake of all the scandals that keep happening in the writers department for DC. He knows how to handle himself. He's very professional. He doesn't really badmouth things. So he's not very egotistical either. He's very easy to work with, from what I hear. So that makes sense.
I mean, he had great runs on like Wally West and stuff. But he knows how to write a Captain America. So tweak it a little. Yeah. You could do a Superman.
And since Jeff Johns is like kind of transitioning out of comic books altogether to focus on the TV department, it actually kind of makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Another beloved fanboy, that whole thing. That whole shtick.
Yeah.
I'm just justice for Superman and the whole Superman family from the Bendis run. Like that's all that I'll say.
Oh my lord! Don't even get me started on Superman 25.
Yuck.
I mean,
I don't care.
What's worse than Bendis dialogue? An alien race talking in Bendis dialogue.
Oh, poor thing.
And again, Rogolzar didn't work, but oh my lord, he runs to rub his Bendis on that Krypton because it's like these aliens in the past. The Krypton exploded? What do you mean Krypton exploded? A planet does not just explode. What is up with this? I don't know. Shall we investigate? No, we should not investigate. Yes, we should investigate.
If you want an interesting story about Krypton, watch the damn Krypton TV show.
I mean, and I'll give Bendis credit. There are some good ideas in here, but the again, it's just his dialogue sometimes gets in the way. It's just, the planet. Why did Krypton explode?
His artists must hate themselves sometimes. It's like, wow, more dialogue bubbles.
Let me draw the same talking heads for 3 pages and just change the dialogue. But it's like, why did Krypton explode? I don't know. Oh, what is that ship? Oh, the Kryptonians sent their last survivor to Earth. Oh, should we watch him? Oh, not yet. He's going to go.
You know what I'd rather do than read a Bendis Superman story? I'd rather watch Supergirl the movie on a loop for the whole weekend. Let me just put it to you that way. Honestly, I did that recently. Not as bad as I remember.
No, Supergirl.
Because I know how bad it can be now.
With the sound off?
I know how bad it can be.
With the sound off?
The Supergirl movie is not bad. I'm sorry, it's not.
Superman 3 is your favorite. Your opinion means nothing.
Well, hey, it's not like I said Superman 4 was my favorite.
Oh!
Hey! Justice, hey, you're gonna respect Christopher Reeves in this house.
Hey! Gene Hackman was training his replacement in that movie. Come on.
But yeah, no. Do you want to talk? We only find them when they're dead.
Sure.
The book pitched by Al Ewing and lives up to the hype.
Nice.
In my opinion.
Who printed that?
This is by Boom. Lilith, I think you might like this. It's not quite pirates, but they are space miners in kind of a sort of like almost like space whalers is probably the way.
Is it Firefly?
No, they're definitely whalers because the idea is that and it's this entire idea of basically. The galaxy's been pretty much mined out, and they're running out of resources. Then all of a sudden, someone finds a dead celestial, and they are chock full of useful chemistry.
Did that come out this week or last week?
It actually came out last week, and I didn't.
That's
even
what I thought. Okay,
because it had sold out when I got there, and they were supposed to pull it for me, but they did not pull it for me. But I went there this week, and I said, "Oh wow, yes!" I didn't know this was coming out, and they're like, "Oh, that came out last week." I said, "Really? Then why wasn't it in my pull list last week?" And so we're sorry.
Whoopsie.
Whoops the doozies. But yeah, there's this entire thing. Basically, it's this whole thing where that they find a space god, then all of these ships will rush to lay a claim on some part of it, but like the ones that are corporate. Owned, they have the muscle to back up that even if they don't get there first, they can say, no, we always get this part. This is our so like there's one group that always gets the heart of the space god. So if they're there, they get to claim the heart. And there's even dialogue about how they can't go, that our guys are going to go for the cheek and tongue muscle because there's not going to be a big fight over it. They can get it, pack it up, and make their profit on it, and the corporation isn't going to sort of take too much of a cut. Whereas if they go to the eyeball, that's like that's a highly contested area, that it's going to be a fight. It's going to draw attention. And we realize the reason they don't want to draw attention to themselves, because first off, the corporation can hear any chatter that goes on in the ship. The reason they don't want to draw attention to themselves
so they're Siri and Alexa. Gotcha.
Yeah, well, it's they can pick up the chatter, as they say. But the reason why is because they're going to they want to find a living space god and get some living god tissue, and that's where the big money is. So I really enjoyed this, and it's got
that's the title. Okay, that's cool.
Yes, because we only find the gods when they're dead. But the artwork in it is fantastic. It has this. I really would love to see this as an animated film too. It's got such a fluid art style in it that I'm looking at it. It's like, wow, this looks like they took cells from an anime, put it here. It's like, well, actually, no. This is just a comic book, and then maybe if they ever make an anime, they'll know what to do. And yeah, and like I said, the corporate control backstory in open space. Again, this seems like something Little Hellfire would like. So
I will definitely pick up that issue then. Thank you for the recommendation.
No problem. It's only $3.99, so it's still not bad.
Look, I'm not buying DC books. I'm down to like 2 to 3 Marvel books a week, and I'm supporting all other indie stuff. So I got a little cash.
And
As long as it's not a $7 book with no reason for being.
They've got some really great, really interesting looking titles coming out from Boom. They have this one that's like hyping here. I don't know what Unkindness of Ravens is, but that looks cool. And they got a comic book adaptation of Slaughterhouse 5. So,
oh, fun!
Yeah, so they're really pushing this. Oh, and this is a cool one. Big Black Sanded Attica.
I'm looking forward to that one.
A dramatic story based on the Attica riots of 1971. Oh yeah.
A little history with your comic, yeah, that's nice.
Yep. Oh, and look, we're getting another season of Firefly.
Boo! We got Serenity. Stop being greedy, brown coats. They're only gonna ruin our story. I don't know why people want more story. We didn't even have any business having Serenity. Like, stop pushing it.
Oh, hey, Lilith.
Yeah.
Joshua Williamson's trying to redeem Wally West in this week's Flash.
I'm glad somebody's trying to find justice for him.
I mean, there's a big battle between, Zoom's forces and Barry and everything. Everybody's there. All the speedsters are there. But it's like, I guess now Eobard has like, I don't know, with the negative speed force, he has some kind of hypnotic power. So basically, he's saying he went back and he was messing with all the speedsters, but he's the one who's messed with Wally and, made him do all the crap he did in Heroes in Crisis.
Oh.
Well, that's better than, it was all Wally's idea.
I mean, he's overlooked. He's literally the redheaded stepchild. I was okay with it. Don't backtrack.
Well, they even call it out here. I guess him and Barry are reuniting in, what is that? Dark Knight's, speed metal special.
I know,
Wally's
I'm so sick of that Dark Knight universe.
I mean, kind of, sort of. I mean, he's been running with the heroes in the main Dark Knight's death metal series, so we're gonna see. It's not over yet. Bring him back as a speedster. Oh, you said you read what?
I had a couple of books that I wanted to shout out. They're indie books. We'll talk about Amazing Spider-Man on Spidercast, okay, Philip?
Okay,
well, in the notes.
Okay.
The best book that I read all week was Dryfoot #1. It's about this gang in Miami in the 80s, and they're trying to rob it's a heist story. So they're trying to steal from the most dangerous gang on Calle Ocho. So if you know about Miami, you know about Calle Ocho. So yeah, it's really cool, and it's really a nice take on the Latino and Latina culture with focuses on friendship and family and sacrifice. The visuals are that that turquoise and hot pink of the 80s kind of feel. I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was written by Jared Lawan, and the art was by Orlando Casiedo, and it's published by Mad Cave Studios, I think it was, and it was worth every $4. It was $3.99. It's worth every penny. I love the story. I love the characters. That artwork is it's popping. It's so stunningly beautiful and visual and colorful. Everything pops, and I liked it a lot.
Nice.
And then also because it's spooky time, Halloween Man number 23 from Sugar Skull Media. So if you're into like horror, but like funny horror, Halloween Man is for you. That's the series for you. The artwork's like kind of cutesy, chibi kind of style, I would say. But like also has like, the underlying horror, like nice tension mixed with like cutesy visuals. It's fun. So, yeah.
All right. I'll just shout it out because we already talked it on Nightwing News, but Nightwing 74, Dick Grayson's got his full memories back. Finally.
He's back, Dick. He's back, baby.
And he hasn't put the suit on yet, but I think this week coming up in Batman 99, I think it's going to happen.
I was going to say, Nightwing 75 would be more appropriate, but okay.
I know. Well, maybe it's because he got shot in the head in Batman. I don't know. But I mean, he better put that suit on in Batman 99 because one, it comes first.
He's just growing his hair out for the mullet, bro. Don't worry about it.
One, two, I think they have a Nightwing variant cover, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be this Wednesday coming up.
That just sucks. You can't put it back on in your own book. You gotta go rescue Batman.
He got shot in the head in Batman's book. Nightwing 49, he's normal. Then in 50, it's like he has a scar on his head and he's acting all nuts, so.
Oh, the continuity fairies just love DC.
Everything has to swirl around Batman.
That's the problem. That's just a theory.
That's right.
A comic book theory.
Remember, better than Batman.
So, anything else you boys want to talk about that you're not saving for the other show?
I'm good. Charlie?
Well, I didn't get to read it yet, but I do want to say Rise of Ultraman.
Yes, I haven't read it yet either. I picked it up. I'm interested.
Okay, so we'll talk about this next week, Lilith, you and me.
Okay.
Rise of Ultraman, because I was a huge Ultraman fan as a kid, and liked they did a 90s reboot of it too that came to the US.
Yes,
so,
that's the one that I'm familiar with, and I'm wondering what they're going to take from it.
Yeah, I love the original 60s Iron Man, or not Iron Man, Ultraman, and, Science Police. So, yeah, I'm excited for it, and, yeah, I got the one that is the live-action rubber suit title, but they also had the chibi title.
That's the one I got.
Yeah, the chibi title is cute, but I liked the rubber suit title. So
it's aesthetics for the office. It's aesthetics.
Yes, and again, like I said, for the 60s, I love for rubber suit monsters. Monster of the Week rubber suits.
Practical effects. Bring them back. Stop the CGI madness. Enough is enough with this dead-eyed live-action remake crap. There, I said it.
I was going to say on Super Connectivity, we could talk the Avengers and Fantastic Four.
Has anybody watched Mulan yet?
No.
Nobody's shelling out the $30? Cool. I don't blame you.
I'm not even a fan of the original movie.
We'll see it. We'll talk about it when it's free on Disney Plus in December. Put it on the schedule, Philip.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, do we want to talk the controversy about, that concentration camp?
Oh, yeah. So they're not showing it, yeah.
Well, it's that they basically thanked the people that are putting the Uyghurs in the concentration camp, and it's like, oh, probably, and now China's saying we're not going to do any publicity for it because they don't want to draw attention to the controversy.
It's the rubber stripes that effect at that point, though.
Yeah. Well, I kind of get the feeling that maybe they made a point to thank these guys to raise attention. So that people would get outraged and then China would be scared. I don't know. I'm trying to think three-dimensionally, there's, if we do this, that we have to deal with China, but maybe we can. But then again,
they didn't even get the guy's name in New Mutants right. So they had 3 years to fix that. So I don't know.
That's Fox. You can't blame Disney for anything.
Well, Disney should have done a quick check through. It's rude and disrespectful. That's all I'm saying. Just a quick quality check. We knew it was going to be poop, but you could at least got the. You know what they say? You can call me anything you want. Just spell my name right and don't call me late for dinner. Those are like the two things.
Well.
But I watched it and I have thoughts, but I'll save it for December when it's free, so everybody else can be as outraged.
I'm saving it for Bill and Ted. So.
Probably the better choice, right, Lil?
Yeah. I got to read the second issue, then I can do it. Then we'll talk Bill and Ted.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, hopefully Tyler can come back.
Yes.
I'm really hyped for their daughter spinoff. You just know that's why they did a 3. You just know it.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a good franchise, you know. You want
it is,
that
and
franchise.
it's been dead for too long. And Keanu Reeves needs to get back to making John Wick properties. He's also trying to. Oh, I feel bad for that Keanu Reeves comic book too. So we'll talk about. Remind me to talk about that next week.
Okay.
All right.
Didn't even know there was a Keanu. Is it a comic book by Keanu Reeves? A comic book about? Okay.
And the character is in his likeness.
Oh, okay. Very good.
All right. So, yes, send us your
Phil's
thoughts.
favorite part, guys.
What? No.
Shameless plugs.
Like getting berated for reading Marvel and DC. No. Send your thoughts, everyone, on The Boys, Walking Dead, comics, Mulan, Keanu Reeves. Send your thoughts. Capes and guest next week. Capes and Lunatics at gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-Capes. And remember to follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Find a link to the YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Links to our Patreon for all things Star Trek.
Or just come troll us on Facebook.
The merch.
Be like Lilith, troll on Facebook Live.
That's right. So, links to everything, all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and And remember to support our sponsors. Tweaked Audio, Hunt-A-Killer. Who's going to do it?
Michelle Gray needs your help.
Yes, she does.
That's right. So go pick up. And use the code Southgate for both of those. Get yourself a nice little discount. And go pick up Pod Life, the book, Volume 1, now in digital and paperback. Learn the ins and outs of podcasting from the experts and Rob Southgate. And when you go on Amazon to buy that and much, much more, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Remember, help us support this show. Yes, we need help. All the help we can get.
Obviously.
Yeah, mental help. This network, and of course, the man, the myth, the missing link, Rob, Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom. Please kick me in the pants.
Lilith Hellfire.
If you nerds want to hail me on the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire or on Instagram with the cool kids and the hip grandparents at Lilith Hellfire 86 or at Lilith Hellfire 69. Because I'm a child at heart.
A young teenage boy at heart.
Pickle.
Charlie Esser.
Well, if you'd like to write to me in that old-fashioned email way, there are awesome possible ones to do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. Of course, follow me on Twitter. It's a live tweet absolutely nothing, whenever I feel like it. At Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEsser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing. I can relate.
Thank you, Oz.
My Twitter feed is dead.
Oh, boy. Anyway, for another week, we have been your Capes.
Ampersand.
Just a calm, chill lunatic.
I can't wait for next week, but that's all nice and clear. The Lunatics. Oh, Lilith, we didn't hear you crack a can tonight.
I was running late. I did this show sober. I apologize.
I just put the IV.
I know you hate when I do that.
I just put the IV in.
No, they were out of box wine. Couldn't do the IV.
Yeah, they all got shipped to Alaska for some reason.
Getting ready to be winter.
Winter is coming. Sounds like a plan, Jan. Good night.